Coming up, the Blue World team explores the dark and cold wreck of the Chester Poling in the Atlantic Ocean. Welcome to Jonathan Bird's Blue World.
In January 1977, the coastal tanker Chester Poling left Everett, Massachusetts, on its way to New Hampshire. Captain Charles Burgess knew it would be a rough passage, as the National Weather Service forecasted 35-mile-an-hour winds with 20-foot seas. Captain Burgess knew the ship could handle that kind of weather. Unfortunately, the Weather Service was wrong. The winds hit 50 miles per hour and the waves exceeded 30 feet. One of those waves hit the ship at the worst possible angle and broke the Chester Poling right in half. Conditions made it difficult for the Coast Guard to rescue the crew. While they did eventually manage to effect a rescue, one member of the crew was lost to the sea. The bow sank in 190 feet of water, while the stern now rests in about 100 feet. It's a beautiful spring day in New England. We're diving with Captain Fran out of Cape Ann Marina in Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Cameraman Todd with a sandwich.
With a fresh sandwich. Working man, you know, gonna keep going. Man.
But before we can get to the fun diving part, we have the lugging gear to the boat part. With the boat loaded, we make our way to the wreck. Is connected to the harbor through a small canal with a drawbridge, so the traffic has to wait occasionally while the boats pass through. In Gloucester Harbor, we're protected from the open ocean by a breakwater. At the end of the breakwater is Gloucester Lighthouse. The wreck of the Chester Poling is just around the corner outside the breakwater. Fortunately, we have a nice calm day to pop out there for a dive. With the water in the mid-40s, we're all wearing our dry suits to stay comfortable.
This was my second real wreck, Dad.
Oh! Whoa.
1, 2, 3, go!
Captain Fran has anchored right on the wreck, so we just roll in and sink straight down. The visibility might not look that great, but for New England, this is actually pretty good. The wreck is covered in what looks like fuzz. It's thousands of hydroids, which are actually tiny plankton-eating animals. Since the wreck has been down so long, much of the plate steel has rusted through, creating huge holes in the bulkheads and the hull. The wreck is surrounded by thousands of fish which seek refuge around the wreck. There are lots of cunner on the wreck. They're a type of wrasse that feeds on just about anything they can catch and are often quite curious about divers too. Lobster trap lines, fishing nets, and monofilament fishing line create entanglement hazards, so we have to be careful. Zach and I decide to take a look inside the ship, so we pop down the staircase. The floor is covered in random debris. There's a fan shroud. A sink. And a tube of toothpaste. Even though we're technically inside the ship, there are so many holes in the hull that we can see a dozen ways out. Out on deck, we find a sea raven, which is a cold water form of a scorpionfish. When it realizes that its camouflage isn't working, it swims away and discovers the current coming over the side of the wreck.
Whoa!
While it's easy to identify steps on a shipwreck, a lot of the other things are a mystery to me. A catwalk runs down the middle of the ship. It's hardly recognizable with all the marine growth. Soon we're getting low on air and it's time to ascend back to the surface. After a short decompression stop on the line, we can head to the boat.
Woo! Getting jellyfish shots?
The Chester Poling is one of the most popular wreck dives in New England, mostly due to its location right outside Gloucester Harbor. Its medium depth makes it great for technical dive training, and the ample marine life makes it enjoyable for a deeper recreational dive too. Even though I've made this dive many times, I never get tired of this classic New England adventure in the blue world.
Hey, you guys, check out that video. It's a really good one. Also, this one's pretty good too. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.